Right, we are welcome back. So we proceed. So in the previous video, we've been able to talk about their supposed origin, whereby we trace the Israelite back um, to the very successive waves of migration that occurred in the Middle East or the Mesopotamia. There, so I told you, I've spoken about the first wave of migration that came from Arabia around 1050 AD, it's 1050 BC, let's say during the Bronze Age, around that time. So the first wave of migration moved to Mesopotamia, the southern Mesopotamia, and the second wave from them too, which is the Amorites. They moved down, they broke into two, but basically the one that their presence were more recognized were the one that moved to Syria, Palestine. So they stayed there. And the third one is the Amorites, which I said, and the Arameans, so which also broke into two. And I told you that it is possible that these migration started with Abraham, or Abraham's father, Terah, in Genesis chapter 11. So now we are moving on now, because this is a place, all these people are just coming from one place to another, trying to overtake, trying to actually subdue those people. So that is definitely going to tell us that the Middle East around that time, especially Mesopotamia, Middle East, let's say Middle East in general, this is what we call Middle East or Asian Near East. So Asian Near East is the biblical, is the setting of the biblical event. Do you understand? The setting of the biblical event. So this Asian Near East, which include Mesopotamia, Egypt, Syria, Palestine, basically Mesopotamia, Egypt, Syria, Palestine. So this place, including Persia, so all these places, at that time, they were going through what we call various kind of migration and invasion. So another people from other tribes are just coming to actually take over that place. So one question we ask ourselves is this: what was the method they used to settle down in those areas, in those places? Like for instance, the 3 waves of migration, they moved from one place to another place. By the time they got there, it was not as if it was their original land, but they got there. What kind of method did they use to actually settle? Did they settle there through peaceful something, or forceful penetration? Did they actually liaise with those people? As in, did they liaise, or did they actually went into agreements, or a peaceful way? Or did they actually invade through battle, through war, or through force? So that's one question. So it is possible that they stayed there, they settled in those land using force or using peaceful penetration. Now, one thing we have to understand is this: that these people, they were moving from one place to another. So it is very important for us to know that they settled there as a nomad. They started their lives, all these tribes started their life as nomads. Nomads, in a simple word, they are people, they have no homes. They have no home, actually. They move from one place to another. They move according to the seasons, rather. So they are basically, they engage basically in agriculture, rearing of cattle and all that. So they move according to season. In Nigeria now, there's something set of people we call Fulanis. Let me call Fulani. Should I use Fulani? Yes. So those people who rear cattle and actually rear all these cows and all that, they move from one place to another. They don't have a place. Wherever they find themselves, and whether it is already late or not, so that is where they are going to sleep. That is the life of a nomad. Their life is not organized. They don't have organized life, no organized religion, no home for them, no organized celebration, and so on and so forth. So we are still going to see their characteristics, actually. So that was how they started their life. Including all those tribes. So they started their life, and they settled for agriculture, like I said. So I'm basically rearing of cattle, and they also engage in trade. Trade. So, like I said, at this period of time, the Fertile Crescent, because another name for the Middle East or the biblical world, or the Ancient Near East is also called the Fertile Crescent. So the Fertile Crescent was at this moment going through many invasions and conquest from other people, from other places. So as a result of this, actually, so this now resulted to intermingling, that is the mixture of races, the mixture of people. Just imagine Lagos, for instance. Now in Lagos State, we are going to see a lot of tribes in Lagos State. As we grow together, we also get married to each other. We marry each other irrespective of our races. So that was the same thing that happened there. So a lot of invasions occurred in that land. So we have people from different areas, people from different races, so which has caused the admixture. So from there, they get to marry each other, and they give birth to each other. So however, as a result of this, so it is now believed that the ancestry of the Israelites, their own ancestry, that is their origin, can be now traced back to the admixture of the Arameans and the Hurrians, as recorded in Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 3 and 44, verse 44 to 46. It says, talking about Israelite being the child of Arameans and Hittites. That is the Israelite we are saying, actually, they are the products of mixture of race, or racial admixture. So racial admixture, just like a white person getting married to a black person, that's admixture of race. So by the time they produce their child, actually there must be a unique appearance. So that was the same thing applicable to the Israelites too. So the Israelites, the present day Israelite that we have today, was as a result of the admixture of the Arameans and the Hurrians. That is the coming together of two races gave birth to the biblical Israel. So we can see this reference in Ezekiel 16 verse 3 and Ezekiel 16 verse 44 to 46. So that is everything about the supposed origin of the Israelites. That is, they can be traced back to the very successive wave of migration. And the final one, we trace them back to the admixture of the Arameans and the Hurrians, or the Hittites. So the coming together of the Arameans, they intermarried. So that resulted to the present day Hebrews, or the biblical Hebrews. So that is that about that. So in our next class, I'll be talking about the Arameans as nomads and the sedentary Palestine. So what were the culture, what were the characteristics of the Arameans as nomads? So don't forget to subscribe on this YouTube if you have not done so, right?